Ever since my niece Carenza mentioned about choosing wild grasses and juicing them, I've been on fire with the idea, and I've come out tonight and harvested some very lush grass, and I'm now going to juice it and see what happens.
I'm sitting on the fleece rugs in my healing room. My mouth is full of wild grass juice, which I was motivated to collect just a short time ago. I've held the juice, 40 millilitres, that's a double dose from wheatgrass, in my mouth for a full 5 minutes. As I savour the flavour, I notice it is sweeter and gentler than the taste of the wheatgrass. I swallow. Now I'm going to drum and see what arises. Quickly, I feel that my sense of aliveness is increasing strongly. I feel the links being forged between the consciousness of the wild grasses and what I think of as myself. I'm still aware of the energy of the hawthorn tree, balancing the experience we are having, because I did have a bite of one little flower before all this began. I know I can let go of all fears, all dramas, all desires. I'm just one with all creation, and I know that on a somatic physical level this is how it is. It feels very good, and I know I can heal all imbalances within me, so I do so now. And moving to the image of the cut grass, that's actually what it looks like, what I put into the juicer. As I open my eyes and I take in the room, after my time with the drumming, I notice it looks so lifeless. Truly a room without one or plants in it is a dead place. These thoughts arise unbidden, new to me. I know they are true for me. I think of the plants I've moved outside so they could get more sunlight, and I feel like I need to bring them back in to give life to the house, so I get up and do so. A few minutes later it's done. 2 plants in the main room and 1 in the healing room. As I carry them in, I realise that none of my thoughts, opinions or judgments matter. I'm here to be who I am, free of the old conditioning of others. I feel my love of plants, of nature and of all creation. I accept the stone and the brick walls, the tarmac, and I rejoice in what lies beyond it and beneath it. I'm reminded that 1 gram of soil contains millions of microorganisms. I can feel the life force of the plants in the room, in my backyard, and on the 3-mile walk that goes deep into wild woodland just a few minutes away from my home. I feel relief that nature permits our existence, and a sense of tolerance of the living world for all the strange choices we have made, like covering square miles with concrete and tarmac, for example. We are evolving into full awareness of what we have done to the earth. Our impulses to go and create communities represents our connection to and love of the earth and all that lives. I have let go of all needs to make community happen for myself in terms of acquiring land. This is not to say that people shouldn't buy land and set up communities. There are many already thriving and more will be born. I just know that my job is not to buy land but to represent the plants. I have always had an affinity with plants, so much so that my parents nicknamed me Leafy as a child, and I spent much of my babyhood in a pram under a plum tree in a fruit orchard. The grasses are here to help us, both wild grass and wheatgrass. They can detox you if that's what you need, and if not, you are free to tune into them and remind yourself of who you are and why you are here. Late that evening I got a very strong sense about cows, and it's a very strange thing to say. I've had lots of good experiences sitting on a wall at the edge of a field and cows coming up to me and me stroking them. The kind of normal things that happens to everyone. But what happened on that night of the wheatgrass is I suddenly realised that this is what cows do, is they eat gargantuan quantities of wild grass. This is what they live on. And I could see for the first time that when I really tune into a cow, what I see is I see an animal that is completely at peace with itself, at peace with nature, very relaxed, very chilled out, and very much a matter of enjoying life and living according to the law of allowing, which means that the cows allow us to do whatever we wish to them. We can stroke them, we can slaughter them and eat them. It's our choice. So these animals to me really represent the qualities of the wild grass and being one with nature. And finally, great love to all of you from the spirits of the plants. Thank you very much.